Good morning, students. In the last class, we have learned how birds make their movements and how fish move in the water. In today's class, let us learn how snake moves. How do snakes move? Snakes move by slithering. What is this slithering? We'll learn it after learning the structure of the snake. The body structure of snake. Snakes have a long backbone. Since snakes are long animals, and snakes have many thin muscles. These muscles are far from each other, but they are connected with each other. The muscles of the snake are far from each other, but they are connected with each other. Not only the muscles are connected with each other, they also interconnect the backbone, ribs, and skin. The muscles also interconnect the backbone, ribs, and skin. How does the snake move? Snake's body curves into many loops. Snake's body curves into many loops. Like this. This is one loop, this is one loop, this is one loop, this is one loop, like this. Many loops. Snake's body curves into many loops. Every loop presses against the ground. This gives the snake a forward push. Every loop presses against the ground. And as the loop is pressing against the ground will give an opposite thrust, pushing the snake forward. So, as snake is making the loops, each loop is pressing against the ground. As loop of the snake is pressing against the ground gives an opposite thrust on the snake body, pushing the body of the snake forward. So, every loop presses against the ground. This pressing gives the snake a forward push. As many loops are formed by the long body of the snake, snake gets forward push from every loop. Just now we have discussed. Because of the long body of the snake, many loops are formed. And from every loop, the snake is getting a forward push. As snake gets forward push from many loops, it moves faster. As snake gets forward push from many loops, it moves faster. As snake forms many curves or loops, it does not move in a straight line. It moves in a curved path generally. See, making many curves or loops is making the snake to move faster, since every loop gives a forward push and many loops together give the forward push to make the snake move faster. And because the snake is making loops or curves, it cannot move in a straight line. It can move in a curved path. As you go ahead in higher classes, you will be learning about fathers of various branches of science. Means they did not deliver the branch of the science, but they have given the initial knowledge in that branch of science. Then they are called father of that particular branch. Biology is one major branch of science for which the initial knowledge in terms of observation or mild experimentation, the initial knowledge was given by a Greek philosopher known as Aristotle. So, Aristotle is called father of biology. Actually, he is a Greek philosopher. Whether you have heard or not, Alexander, who thought of winning the entire world, who thought of becoming emperor for the entire world, Aristotle was the master for Alexander. Okay. This Aristotle wrote a book, namely Gait of Animals. Aristotle wrote a book, namely Gait of Animals. In this book, he has asked several questions to his self. Hence, he was having many doubts. First, he has written all those questions. Whether he has solved those questions or not, we don't know exactly. But he has asked several questions. What are the questions that were asked by Aristotle to himself in the book Gait of Animals? Okay, let us see those questions. First, why do different animals have different body parts? Aristotle has asked himself, why do different animals have different body parts? Next question, how do these body parts help the animals to move the way they do? Third question, what are the differences between the body parts of different animals? And what are the similarities between the body parts of different animals? So he asked the differences as well as similarities between the body parts of different animals. How many body parts are needed by different animals to move from one place to another place? Next question, why humans have 2 legs and whereas The other animals like buffaloes, cows, dogs, all these have four legs. Why two legs are there for humans and four legs are there for cows, buffaloes, like animals? Why many animals have even number of legs? Why many animals have even number of legs, that is 2, 4, like that. And in the small creatures like insects, 6 legs are also there, 8 legs also are there. But the number of legs is most often it is even, not odd number. Next, why the bending of our legs is different from that of our arms, that is hands? Why the bending of our legs is different from that of our arms? Next, with this chapter is completed. There are certain keywords and exercises are given at the end of the chapter. Let us learn about those keywords and exercises of the chapter. Right? Okay. First, let us take the keywords. Backbone. The bumpy rod-like structure present in the middle of our back. The bumpy rod-like structure present in the middle of our back is known as backbone. Backbone. It is present in the backside and it is a hard, bumpy, rod-like structure. So it is backbone. Ball and socket joint. The joint which allows the movement of its associated bones or parts in all directions. The joint which allows its associated bones or body parts in all directions is known as ball and socket joint. The joint between shoulder and arms, the joint between hip and thigh bone. They are the examples for ball and socket joints. Next, bristles. In detail, I have explained about these things during the movement of earthworm. While explaining the movement of earthworm, explained. What are bristles? The tiny hair-like structure of the earthworm that help in holding the ground firmly. Right? They are the bristles. Cartilage. The semi-hard part present as one of the structural components of our skeleton. Our skeleton is made up of both majority of bone and a less structural component, that is cartilage. So bone is very hard and it cannot be bent, whereas cartilage is not like bone. It is semi-hard, not completely hard, and it can be bent, right? The semi-hard part present as one of the structural components of our skeleton along with the hard bones is known as cartilage. Where the cartilage is present in the earlobe, ears, above the earlobes, and in the nose, okay, above in the nostrils as well as above that area. Next, at the ends of the bones, where two bones meet with each other. The ends of the bones are covered with cartilage. Next, cavity. While learning about ball and socket joint, we have come across this word, cavity. It is a hollow space present at the end of a bone to allow its next bone to fit into it so that a joint is made. That is known as cavity. Fixed joint. The joint which does not allow its associated bones to move. Joints in skull are the examples for fixed joints. Fixed joints can also be referred as immovable joints. Gait of animals. Manner or way of movement of animals is known as gait of animals. Hinge joint. The joint which allows the movement of its associated bones only in one direction. Examples for hinge joint are knee and elbow. Muscle. The special tissue of animal bodies that cause the movement. The special tissue of animal bodies that cause the movement is known as muscle. Skeleton. The bony framework of our body that gives shape and support to our body. The bony framework of our body that gives shape and support to our body is known as skeleton. Pelvic bones. The bones that enclose the portion below our stomach are known as pelvic bones. The bones which enclose the portion below our stomach. Next, pivotal joint. The joint present in our neck, which allows the movement of our head back and forth and forward and backward. Pivotal joint is the joint which is present in our neck that allows the movement of our head back and forth and forward and backward. Rib cage. The bony box-like structure which is formed by the attachment of ribs with both chest bone and backbone in front and back sides respectively. The bony box-like structure which is formed by the attachment of ribs with both chest bone and backbone in front and back sides respectively. Means ribs are attached in front side with chest bone. Ribs are attached in the back side with backbone. And by being attached to chest bone in front side to backbone in back side, rib cage or box-like structure is formed. Shoulder bones. The standing bones present in our shoulder area. When you go and press your back onto a wall, you can feel these shoulder bones. They give support to our arms. Outer skeleton, which we have learnt in the case of snail and cockroach. The hard shell-like structure present outside the body of the animal in the animals like snail, cockroach, etc. is called outer skeleton. The role of outer skeleton is to offer protection from the environmental disturbances. Streamlined. We have learnt about this while learning the movement of fish. The shape of the fish body is streamlined shape. What is streamlined? The shape of the body which is having pointed or tapered or smaller head and tail portions than the middle portion. Means head and tail portions are pointed or smaller than what? Than the middle portion of the body. If a body shape is having wider or larger middle portion and pointed or smaller head and tail portions, then it is known as streamlined shape. With this, the keywords are completed. You have to write in your notes about all these keywords, whatever I have just explained. Definitions, everything I have explained, you have to write the definitions. If possible, little extra notes what I have just explained along with the definition also you can write. Now let us learn about the exercises. I have written only answers of these exercises. I will explain it because the question is there in your textbook. You can see the question and you can use this answer for your learning. In exercises, first one, fill in the blanks. A. Joints of the bones help in the dash of the body. Joints of the bones help in the movement of the body. Right? Okay. B. A combination of bones and cartilages forms the dash of the body, skeleton of the body. C. The bones at the elbow are joined by a dash joint, hinge joint. The bones at the elbow are joined by a hinge joint. D. The contraction of the dash pulls the bones during movement. The contraction of the muscles. The contraction of the muscles pulls the bone during movement. The contraction of the muscle pulls the bones during movement. Second question. Indicate true and false among the following sentences. Okay. We'll read the sentence and we'll observe whether it is a true statement or false statement. A. The movement and locomotion of all animals is exactly the same. All animals, how do they exhibit same type of locomotion or movement? They do not exhibit the same movement or locomotion. So this statement is false. A is false. B. The cartilages are harder than bones. Bones are the harder than cartilages. But not the cartilages are harder than the bones. So, this statement also is false. C. The finger bones do not have joints. Finger bones. You are able to bend your fingers, na? How are you able to bend your fingers if they do not have joints? You cannot bend. But you are able to bend. That means they have joints. The finger bones have joints. But here it is given the finger bones do not have joints. So this sentence also is false. D. The forearm has two bones in your hand just after your palm. The next part is forearm. Okay, right? After your elbow, in between your elbow and wrist, in between your elbow and wrist, whatever the part of the hand is there, that is called forearm. In that forearm, two bones are there, right? So here the sentence that is given is true. The forearm has two bones. Next. E. Cockroaches have an outer skeleton. Yes. Cockroaches and snails, they have an outer skeleton. So this sentence also is true. Third question. Match the items in column 1 with one or more items of column 2. So don't think that the items in column 1 will match with only one item of column 2 like that. Don't think like that. They can be matched with one or more items also. Right? So here in column 1, upper jaw, fish, ribs, snail, cockroach are given. Let us take the first one, upper jaw. Have fins on the body, there is no relation with upper jaw. Has an outer skeleton, no relation with upper jaw. Can fly in the air, no relation with upper jaw. Is an immovable joint. Upper jaw, where is it present in your head, right? So, your lower jaw only is moving while we are talking, while we are eating, at every work that is carried by our mouth. Only your lower jaw is moving, whereas your upper jaw will not move. So it is an immovable joint. Protects the heart, shows very slow movement, have streamlined but no relation with the upper jaw. Next, coming to fish. Okay. Fish have fins on the body, correct. Has an outer skeleton, no. Fish has inner skeleton. Can fly in the air, no way, it cannot come out of the water. Immovable joint, no relation. Protect the heart, no relation. Shows very slow movement, fishes move faster. Have a streamlined body. This is matching with fish. Fish have fins on the body. Fish have a streamlined body. Okay. Ribs. Okay. All other things do not match. Ribs protect the heart. Okay. Fifth sentence of the column 2. Right? Okay. Snail. Snail has an outer skeleton. Second one. And snail shows very slow movement. Sixth one. Okay. Snail, it shows very slow movement. It has an outer skeleton. Next. Cockroach. Like how snail has an outer skeleton, cockroach also has an outer skeleton. Cockroaches can fly in the air. Okay, these two things are matching with cockroach. And our fourth question, 3 sub questions are there. What is a ball and socket joint? Already we have explained so many times. No problem. Once again we'll write. The joint that allows the movement of its associated bones or parts in all directions. Example, shoulder, arm joint, hip, leg joint. That is thigh joint. Okay, next. Which of the skull bones are movable? In skull, only one part is movable, that is lower jaw. Lower jaw bone of the skull is movable. Next. Why can our elbow not move backwards? Because our elbow has a hinge joint that allows the movement only in one direction. So only our elbow cannot move backwards. Okay. Hinge joint allows the movement only forward, not backwards at elbow. Right. With this, the chapter is completely completed. Okay. Next week, Pandey sir is going to start the 6th chapter, because 7th and 8th chapters I have already completed. Okay, I have completed first chapter, second chapter, 7th chapter and 8th chapters. 4 chapters have been completed by me. And Pandey sir, he has completed 3rd chapter, 4th chapter, 5th chapter. Okay, and now you may complete 6th chapter also next week. Okay, try to learn to your maximum level best from his teachings also. Thank you.